Hello beauties, grab your makeup and let's create this look. So begin, I'm starting with the micellar water from Nia Beauty. Plus I apply that on a cotton pad to make sure I take out all the dirt on her face because we want a clean canvas to work on. Then I went into her skin with the green tea spray. This is from Kiss Beauty, and I just used my brush to blend that into the skin. This is to hydrate the skin and leave the skin looking fresh and also ready for the next step. Next, I'm going into my Zaron hydrating serum. More hydration, please guys, more hydration. This is going to give your makeup a very clean foundation to stay on. Just make sure the skin is well hydrated. I will be working on an oil skin, so my Olay Complete Lightweight moisturizer is perfect for me. This moisturizer is oil free, so just apply that. You can blend in with your hand or a brush. A brush is more convenient and comfortable, but your palms, like your hand, blends them better. And next I'll be using my Nia Beauty lip balm while I'm waiting for the moisturizer to absorb into the skin, and this lip balm is perfect. So to prime her skin, I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I honestly don't know why this primer don't get all the noise other makeup products get, because this primer is a perfect primer for an oil skin, and it's a matte primer. It gives like a matte finish and it doesn't like strip your face of all the moisture like other matte primer like Becca and other ones in the Becca family. This primer is so perfect. I don't know why it doesn't even like get like much noise like other makeup products. Guys, this primer is your friend. Make sure you get this primer and just tap that in. You don't want to drag and move other products you have. So to control the oil around the brows area, I'm using the Pond's Oil Control primer on the brow area. So now the skin is prepped, and now I'm just going into it with the matte spray from Nia Beauty, just to also give me like a very beautiful finish. So these are the foundation I'll be using, and I'll be using my Hega and Esther Power Seal with just a little, just one drop, to make this foundation waterproof. So I just apply that on the skin and go into with my beauty blender. This beauty blender is a damp beauty blender, and this beauty blender is from Vicabel. It's a Nigerian brand. This beauty blender is so soft and it blends in products very smoothly. Just make sure it's damp and don't just apply so much products on the face. A little goes a long way. Once you have like little on the face, it just helps the client or the model be comfortable in their skin. They won't feel heavy, and also it looks really beautiful when you have like a very light foundation on the skin. So just make sure it's well blended. Blend like your life depends on it. So this is what it currently looks like. It looks like her skin, guys. This is perfect. So I just wanted to like do something I've never done before, like a very intensified blush, and I went into the skin with my classic lip stain in the shade pink. And guys, this, I don't even understand what this gave me. I really don't understand it, but I just decide to be positive. So to contour her skin, or rather bronze her skin, because this is what I like to do, I use my Ingloss foundation in 305. I think that's the shade. No, 304. The shade gives like the warm undertone. It just warms the face and make it like not a very harsh contour per se. It just warms the face. That's what I like to do, especially when I'm working on a light skin. It just works for me to warm the skin instead of giving like a very sharp dimension. So I just use like a little brush, not like a little brush. You can see from the camera like a blending brush, like a contour blending brush, something like that, but not really big. So I apply that and use my beauty sponge to seal that into the skin, just to give me like a very smooth blend. I still wasn't understanding this blush, but guys, I just had it in my mind that regardless it's going to turn out really nice. I just wanted to have that pink blush kind of, but well, it's still given, but then it wasn't like what I have in mind. So I'm just taking like a little bit of foundation to blend that out so it's smooth and matches the skin. So I really wanted to go like a very intense highlight. So I used my Younger Beauty concealer in SMC1. This is like lighter shade they have. I just really wanted to do like a very intense highlight. This is not like me. I don't really like do like intense highlight, but for this look I just wanted the highlight to be intense. So I placed that on the high point of her face, which is her chin, her forehead, under her eyes and the bridge of her nose, and under her nose as well. So I started blending from the nose and also under her nose and the bridge of her nose and her forehead as well. I do that because it gives me time for the foundation under her eyes to be tacky when you're working with a Nuban Beauty concealer. Yeah, a concealer under the concealer under her eyes, not foundation, to be tacky. So when you're working with a Nuban Beauty, no, Younger Beauty concealer. Why do I keep mixing these names? Younger Beauty concealer, you need to give like a little time to get tacky a little bit. This will give you like a full coverage and also give you like a smooth and easy blend. That way when you're blending it, it's not lifting. So this is what I actually wanted to achieve, like a very bright under eyes. So I'm just blending with the tip of my beauty blender. That's why I love this beauty blender so much, because this egg-shaped beauty blender, I love it so much because it gives you that tip to work with for the inner corners of the eye. So this is me trying to add more concealers under her eyes, just the sides of her nose, because I also want to conceal the sides of her nose. This is going to make the nose look thinner. By the time I contour the sides of her nose and the bridge and highlight the bridge of her nose, it's going to make the nose look thinner, and that way making it look like she has like a very thin nose. So to set under the eyes first, I like going into it with a pressed powder first. Doing that, I'm using my Nuban Beauty powder, pressed powder, like the mineral powder in number 1. I don't know why, but in this video my light kept fluctuating and I just wasn't understanding it. But I think it's because maybe at some point I go into the camera a little bit and it kind of changes the light. And so after setting with my pressed powder, Nuban Beauty pressed powder, I went into the under eye with my RCMA setting powder. It's been a very long time I last used the setting powder though, but for this look I want to achieve, this setting powder did it for me, because it has, even though it doesn't leave, it looks white but it doesn't leave like white cast, but it still does the job for me, because this is not like 100% translucent. It still brightens under the eyes, but a translucent powder just sets and leave the eyes the same color you have it. I don't know if that makes sense, but this just still brightens the under eyes. That's what I use there, because it does it for me for this look. And just to give the face a lift, I highlighted, or I placed a setting powder on the sides of her mouth. Now I'm using my Nuban Beauty powder in number 4. I'm not sure why the hairstylist was laughing, but I think we are having like a hot gist or something, I don't know, but we had to work together for this look because it's really taking time. Like we had to work with time, but I also have to film this look for you guys. So I used this pink blush from my classic palette to just kind of intensify the blush a little bit. I picked very little quantity because this my model she's really light skinned, and anything you apply on her skin is going to show, so you just want to be light-handed. So I went into her skin with my powder. This is the melanin powder in number medium. That's no, not medium, that's warm, just to intensify the contour a little bit. And for eyeshadow, I'm using my concealer as a base. I didn't want to have like an intense eyeshadow, even though it kind of turned out more intense than I anticipated. That's because of the eyeshadow I used. It was the wrong choice, but still perfect for this look. Regardless, it turned out perfectly well. So I used orange to transition, and for the brown, I didn't want to have like a very dark outer corner of the eye, so instead of opting for an eyeshadow, I use my powder instead. And this shade I'm using is a Nuban Beauty powder in number 7. Guys, Nuban Beauty powder is like my favorite powder. This powder does it for me all the time. I love the fact that it's full coverage and it's lightweight, and it still gives you like a glowy look. So I'm placing like a very light shade of eyeshadow on the lid, like on top of the concealer. So I'm going into it with a glitter glue. I place the glitter glue on the back of my palm first, so it will get tacky before placing on the lid. So this is the eyeshadow I used on the lid. This is like a gold eyeshadow, but kind of it looks yellow a little bit. This is from my Inglot palette. Like Inglot has like one of the best eyeshadow, highly pigmented. So after I placed that, I went into it with a light shade of brown from the palette. This is to, you know, darken the outer corner of the eyes a little bit. And I'm just taking very little quantity because, guys, I don't want to mess it up. I really was opting for like a very light eyeshadow look, but kind of intense a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense, but intense but still looking like a little bit. So to smudge under the eyes, I use the brown from the England palette to smudge under the eyes, and I also use my powder, the Nuban Beauty powder in number 7, to, you know, blend that so it doesn't like leave like a harsh line. So this is me trying to make sure I blend the outer corner of the eyes to the under eyes. Just blend it into it just to make it like uniform. So I'm using this my England's pencil. This is not a black eyeliner, like a black pencil for lining the eyes. This has like a gray shade, which is very perfect for this look. England is no more in Nigeria, so I'm not even sure how I'm going to get this pencil again if it finishes, because this is about to finish. So I line under the eyes, and I'm lining inside, like on top of the inner corners of the eyes, but inside just tighten a little bit. So I went into her lashes, her natural lashes, with the Zara mascara before I place the false lashes. Guys, always do this because, one, this is going to help you arrange the lashes and also take out any excess fallout from the eyeshadow, thereby making the lashes not to be dirty and tacky. So make sure you use a mascara first. And this lashes I'm using, this is from the Wink Beauty. This is like the only lashes I use. Like, she has like the best lashes in Nigeria, hands down, guys, trust me. You can take my word for it. So I use my lash clay on it, and I'm just, you know, placing it on the eyelid, and this is just perfect for this look. So I'm just trying to, you know, blend under the eyes. Even though I want it really highlighted, I just don't want it looking white, like white all over. It still needs to be blended. One, really highlighted, and secondly, like well blended. Do you get that? So even if you're going for like a overly highlighted look, you don't want it looking patchy, white and tacky. So I'm using my England highlighting powder. It's like a HD powder under the eyes, using a small brush just to, you know, blend out the area where I highlighted. So to do the brows, which I enjoy doing last these days, I'm using my Davis pencil just to, you know, outline the brows. Guys, nothing serious. The advantage of doing your brows last is you won't have to do anything serious. It turns out perfectly well, and, you know, you don't have to do anything serious. So I just outline the brows. A very soft sketch, guys. She's really light skinned. You don't want to have like, you know, a very dark brows. So a very soft sketch. So I'm filling that in, and make sure your pencil is as sharp as possible. So I'm just filling that in. So to fill the beginning part of the brows, which is the light part where I have to make light, you know, do you get that? Like, make it look really natural. I had to use like another pencil which is very sharp. So your pencils has to be as sharp as possible, guys. So I'm using my spoolie to blend. I don't even understand this my brush anymore. But I'm using it to blend it and make sure it's even. So I went ahead to get another sharp pencil to define the beginning of the brows. And guys, this is my brows. So I'm using my powder, the melanin powder in warm, on the beginning part of the brows, just that area where I contour. And I'm using the opportunity to also contour the nose. I didn't contour the nose earlier. Most times when I'm doing my makeup, I don't cream contour the nose. I do only powder contour on the nose. This is going to give me like a very easy blend, and also it's going to help me not to like pack so much product on the nose. There's really no point for doing that. So I do that, and I get like a fluffy brush to contour the other part of the nose, because I don't want like it to have like a harsh line, because that other brush is really precise. If I go down with that same brush, it's going to give me like a harsh line. So I'm just basically blending this in. And guys, I didn't conceal those brows. I'm that good. Please, you guys, just give me my flowers in the comment section. See how perfect this brows look. And I didn't even conceal it. I just used my powder to, you know, just define it. And of course, my Nia Beauty setting spray on the skin is like the matte spray, because I'm going for like a matte finish, even though not like a very dry look. So I spray that on the skin, guys. This setting spray is a very good buy. Go to Nia Beauty and tell her Cute Beauty Bar sent you to buy the spray, guys. Trust me, and she will attend to you very well, if not even give you a discount. And I'm just using my beauty sponge to seal that in. And for the lips, I really wanted to do something different, not like the brown liner and the nude in it, just something different. So these are the couple of lipstick I'm using. My Eye Magic as a base, then this is my lipstick. This is from House of Nora. She's my friend, and this lipstick, this matte lipstick, are really nice. So I just use that to line the lips. I use the Eye Magic on top of the lips as a base where other lipsticks are going to stay on. So this way, because Eye Magic is a cream lipstick, so when you use the cream lipstick as a base on top of the lip and use a matte lipstick on it, guys, your lipstick is not going to break. Trust me. Try it and come back and tell me what you got. So this is just like a good tip for you to try. Use a cream lipstick before using your matte lip stain on top of the lip. So this is me using a lip gloss from one of the lip gloss I showed you on top of the lips. So this is just what I really wanted to achieve. I just didn't want like the brown, the regular brown nude and whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So more gloss, please. I'm using my classic lip gloss to, you know, make sure I have more gloss. As a gloss girl, guys, I just have this relationship with my gloss that I don't think is even going to, you know, be affected anytime or even forever. So I'm just using my Tequila Beauty blush stroke highlighter palette. I'm using the orange in the palette just to, you know, it's a cream blush, just to intensify the blush a little bit and also give me like the dewy finish kind of look. This is a matte look I created, but even though it's a matte look, I don't want it looking really dry. So to highlight, guys, this is what I'm using to highlight. I'm using my Tequila Beauty highlighter in the shade Milk and Fantasy to highlight her skin. Just very little highlight. She's already popping, guys, so we don't want so much highlight looking shabri on her skin. What's that? What's shabri? But you get what I'm trying to say. So on the bridge of her nose as well, just very little quantity. I apply that on the ball of her nose and try to blend that into the bridge of her nose. So this is me adding, you know, on the tear duct, just intensify a little bit. And I'm using my mouth spray. This is like a dewy spray. This is a matte look, but I'm using this dewy spray because I don't want it looking dry, but it's a matte look. You still see it looking, having the matte stroke, you know, dewy look, if that even makes sense. So for more glow, I'm using my Mismetic dewy wet balm in Flush for more glow, like a liquid glow, not, you know, not like a complete dry look. I've said it like a countless time, guys, but this is what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm just adding my So Pro highlighter in the shade, I think this is the shade Jara or so. It's like a pink highlighter. I just add like a little dust, and mascara, of course, for a lower lashes. And guys, this is the finished look. Like, this look has my heart, literally. This look is perfect and beautiful. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this look, guys. Do you like it? Did you enjoy this tutorial? Are you going to share with your friends? Guys, sharing is caring. Share this video with your friends and anyone who you think might find this video helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. Turn on the post notification to my post so you'll be the first to be notified when I post new amazing videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.